Welcome to Late Night Coding. I'm usually a 5 in the morning type of person. In fact, I was up at 4 o'clock this morning. And I'm not usually coding at this time, but it's weird days, and I just got these cool lights that aren't going to make a difference in the morning, so gotta go live now. So I found another easy mode, or just the next exorcism IO problem was a easy one. So I thought I'd just knock it out. So let's see, what do we have? We got a triangle, equilateral isosceles, or scalene. Equilateral, all three sides have the same length. Two sides have the same length. At least two. Oh, okay, so at least two, meaning an equilateral is also an isosceles. All have different lengths. That would mean the only option left. If it's not this and it's not that, it's this. So I'm thinking maybe some function reuse here. For the shape to be a triangle at all, oh boy, validation time. Length has to be greater than 0 of all sides, and the sum of any two sides must be greater than or equal to the length of the third side. Is there a clever way to figure that out? Add them and compare? Alright, let's write a fast version, and then we can see if we can, it's supposed to be easy, so this is one we might be able to clean up and hipsterize, get some cool JavaScript things going on here. I made a function here, is triangle. They don't test for that. Not function, getter, which is a function. Because I want to do this. They also have this idea, this degenerate triangle, which I think I'll add. Degenerate. Which is a case where the sum of two sides equals that of the third. It's also where the vertices are all in a line. So it has 0. It just looks like a line. It has 0 length. Two of the vertices are on the ends and one's in the middle. But since we don't have any information about the vertices, we can just check the sides and we can say it might be degenerate. So we get 3 numbers. They can be decimal. It doesn't look like it's ever checking for negative, but we can do that anyway. All right, let's get into it. I think we just want the sides straight up. Why collect these things unless we're going to do a bunch of array functions over these things, but we're going to be accessing and comparing each one. So it's a triangle if they're all greater than 0. And the sum of any two is greater than or equal to the third. Pardon me while I type this out. Okay. Now we can use this. In fact, we probably don't want to run this every time. I hate all these thises. Maybe we can factor those out. Let's move forward. notice I've put these into a GitHub repository now, so I can actually save my work. I hadn't been doing that this whole time. Oh boy. Alright, if they're all equal. Where's the equal button? Okay, 5 passed. We're getting there. Is isosceles would be I don't want to do that. This is where 2 of them, at least 2 of them. Or okay, got more passing. Scaling would be not the other 2, right? Or just not isosceles, because isosceles is included in equilateral. 3 failed. There should only be 1 failing at this point. We'll address that later. It is a triangle, but it's not isosceles, which means by nature it's also not equilateral. That should work. Degenerate is if 2 adding to the sides equals the third. Not much to say while I'm doing this. Just a lot of switching these around. I am thinking though, is there anything interesting we can do here? And I think there is. There's a few things I want to do. The reason this is no good for arrays, I'm starting to think like, what if we did something similar but had more sides? Well, in that case, we would actually want to collect the sides and then run array functions over these. But those are no fun because you always have to sort of keep track of the previous one or the next one, or put it in some kind of a linked list structure so that you can easily traverse with pointers or something like that. Let's get these working first. Third triangle inequality violation is isosceles to be false. I thought if any of the 2 equal, that was true. I got my parens in the wrong place, that's why. I thought this wouldn't be true though. There you go, parens. There you go. Alright, we got all the test passing. This looks good. A few things I don't like about this. I'm running isTriangle a lot, even though it's a getter, so I think it's going to run every time. I can validate that. Can't really validate that. So I don't know if any of these actually run twice. I don't think they actually do. Yeah, they don't. Let's modify the test here. Is isosceles should also be true. And is scaling should be false. Okay, well, I botched the test because these aren't testing just one thing. But I wanted to do this because I wanted to see when I run only one test, I want to see if this runs 3 times, or yeah, it should run 3 times. Yep. So yeah, so this is a getter. Obviously, this is how it works. I don't know what I was thinking, how it could work something else. So I don't like that this is running all the time. And is doing so many operations. I mean, it's not that much. It's going to be fast anyway. It doesn't matter. V8, JavaScript, memory, and modern computers, blah, blah, blah. But what would we do if we had some constraints? We're actually trying to calculate the triangle on a Arduino, old Arduino, and Arduino Teensy, not much memory and computing power. Okay, so what we do is memoize. That's what I'm trying to get at. Trying to get at memoize. Is that the convention, memo? I also don't like all these this dot, this dot, this dot. Ugh. Can we... I have an idea for that. Before I do that, though, I'm thinking about this. I want to store a local variable. It's going to start as null, but as soon as it gets called once, it's set, and then it's always there, and I never have to go back to this. I mean, the way to do this would be... I have an idea. Ooh, yeah, I have an idea. Oh, this is good. But first, let me do the regular code way. It would be if it's double equal null, that'll check for both null and undefined, and only null and undefined. That's the only place where I think a double equal comparison is acceptable in JavaScript. Then set it, and then return it. So that works, but there's a thing that's new that does this. It checks for null. So one thing, right? Check this. If I do this, if this is, oh, I can do a ternary here. Let's null this, otherwise this, and yeah, and then return it. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, this. And this would be, I can return here. Right, there you go. Okay. So now we got a one-liner. That's hipster, but not hipster enough, because we have the new thing. It's called double question mark equal. That does all this ternary business for us. Oh, yeah. All right. Love it. And we could do that for each of these if we wanted to. It's a little much. I'm not going to do that tonight. But what I am going to do is get rid of all the thises, and here's my idea for that. Ready? Check this. Because we're doing an assignment to the is triangle memo, so I can't use const unless I do that in a separate statement. I am not going to be doing that. Boom, destructured off this. Yes. Oh, I don't know if it works or not. I didn't do this yet. Oh, oh, shorten that right up. Oh, oh, it feels good. Feels good, doesn't it? Feels so good. Now, I think there's debate about this, what I'm doing here. Honestly, if I was doing this in real life, like in a code base that other people are going to look at, I would keep this because it indicates whether it's some local variable or whether it's this variable. And if I go back into one of these functions and I say, oh, now I need like a local variable just to store some state and like do some stuff, then I'm going to get all confused. What's a local variable? What's a this dot? But, you know, I don't care about any of that. What I care about is this particular solution that I'm working on right now actually looking kind of good. So this is the beauty of just doing stuff for the fun of it. I make the rules. I can do what I want. I can do whatever I want. I can do this if I want. I could not do this if I didn't want. Feels good, man. Feels good to code for fun once in a while. At 9:30 at night. I know a bunch of people would laugh if they saw how tired and like I feel like I'm coding at 4 in the morning, but legit I woke up at 4 in the morning. That's my morning, not my nighttime. That's the nighttime for some people. 9:30 is my nighttime. It's past my bedtime. I should go downstairs. All right, and I did this. Love it. Love it. Done. Push it. Commit it.